Hello, welcome everyone. Now it's exactly 1:30 and we are starting now. And please welcome yourself and everyone by typing hi or hello in the chat. Hi or hello in the chat. Yes, yes. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Erin, Melissa, Lilia. Yes. Hey, more and more people. Thank you. How many of you were here this morning? Can you type me if you were here this morning? Type me, M-E. Just curious. Yes, thank you, Melissa. Wow, morning and you are here. Okay, Hayati. I saw some few names. Locals, you are here. Okay, Shah. How was it? The morning session? Okay, just curious. Because if I here is a bit different topic today. Now, very good. Thank you. Best sangat. Wow, I'm so happy. Okay, let's come back to here. I'm so excited now. We are going to learn in this session we are going to learn about automation, especially in Excel. Because Excel, there are many ways of doing so-called automation. One of them is using macro or VBA. I'm just curious if you have learned or you have somehow exposed or experiment to VBA or macro before, type number 1. If you totally no idea what is that, type 0. If you have some idea, type 1. If you no idea, type 0. No right, no wrong. Just want to know where you are and I can adjust the session a little bit. Okay. Good one. Yes. Well, some of you know, right? Wow, I'm takut now. Wendy, Jess, Elaine, Joy, Lilia. Not sure how to pronounce your name. Nook Ling. Hopefully I get your name correctly. And for those you know, I'm just curious, what do you use inside the macro? What do you use inside the macro? Nook Ling, what do you use inside macro? Hey, if you have mic, speak. Otherwise, only talk to myself. People will think I'm very coconut. If you're okay, use your voice. I read too much messages this morning. Not talking to humans. What do you use in terms of macro? The reason I ask this one is to make sure something is relevant to most of us here and just nice. For those of you who type number 1, you have used macro before. Let me know what have you used in recording. Okay, thank you, Joy. Cleaning data. Repeat some tasks in certain frequency. What kind of task, Kenneth? What kind of task? Reporting. Okay. Recording. Okay. Well, you know recording before. Okay, just nice. Okay, good one. Used for stock report, sales report. Okay, good one, Wendy. Okay, I see many of us has no idea. Okay, time stamping. Good one. Okay, let me recollect my mind. Talking about macro, it could be as simple as using recording. And the intention of using macro is asking Excel to follow our manual steps. And then later on, we're asking Excel to repeat the manual steps. Okay, that's so-called automation. Maybe I can give you one example, and then you can see how this thing is relevant. Let's see, where is my file? Where's my file? Okay. I opened the folder. I have too many folders now. Okay. Where's the thing? I'm sharing my screen just to show you an example how macro is possible. At least you are aware, especially for some people, you have no idea what the heck is macro about. If you are able to see my screen, can you type yes? If you are able to see my screen, type yes. If you're not able to type no, okay, thank you, everyone. Good one. Okay, so let me go towards a macro example. One of the very common things people do manually. That is about splitting of the files. For example, this is my file. Whenever I download the file, maybe I have the permission or somehow my boss sent the file or IT sent the file to me, I receive the files. But whenever I want to send the file to individual region, I cannot just simply send the file over because the region here, it has a few different other regions. Besides, I have a north, east, south, west. I have 4 regions. So typically, what will I do? I will just filter like this one, normal method, filter, copy, go to a new file and paste and save it. Once it's done, I go to the next one, copy and filter, change to the next region, select all, copy and go to new file and paste. This whole thing keep on repeating. This kind of method, we cannot use Power Query, we cannot use formula. There's no Excel function is able to split the data into individual file. Instead of relying on the manual method, and I want to make it a bit easier. So there is something called macro. Macro allows us to do automation based on specific sequence we are doing our job. For this particular file, I have created a button like this one. This is called split region files. This is only available in this macro. If I just click on this one, it will ask for confirmation. Currently, I have 4 regions, so I will expect 4 files. Maybe previously I have 5 regions. Maybe the day before I used 3 regions. There are a lot of different variations of the data file I have. So therefore, you will ask for confirmation. Should I remove everything from the output folder before proceed? Yeah, I say yes, okay, just continue. Because it doesn't want me to confuse between the previous file and the current file. So therefore, you will wipe off everything inside the output folder and you will filter one by one, copy and paste and save the file by the region name. Once everything is done, you will ask for confirmation. Hey, do you want to open the folder now? Yes, I say. I reply yes. And you open. Let's guess, how many files do I have? Technically, 1 region, 1 file. I have 4 regions, so therefore 4 files. So this one is okay. After what people say, Itai, what if I have new region coming in? What will happen to this automation? If I have new region coming, for example, now I select few data. I call this new region is called NTW. National Training Week is a new region. Presume this is a new region with the name. Then I click, and just now I have 4 regions plus 1 more region. Total I have 5 regions. So it's about to do the same thing to remove everything from the output folder. When I press OK, it will filter, copy and paste, and save. After that, everything is done. You will prompt whether or not I want to open the folder. I say yes. And guess what? How many files do I have? Yes, I have 5 files. One of them is called NTW, just a new data coming in. So with this kind of method, we are able to automate our task much more scalable. Whenever I mention the wording scalable, that means it works for now. It also works for the future possible expansion. So that's called scalable. So now everything is done. So this is one of the examples how you're able to automate your task. And yeah, does it all right? Yes, you will just remove everything from a previous file. You will remove everything clean. Then you will create a brand new one. Yeah, Erin, hopefully this one address your question. So these are things we can do. Okay. So now we have this macro. And for some of you, you are quite pro, just bear with us. It's a good refresher for you. And for those of you, you are quite new, you are not quite sure, let me guide you through how to crash Excel. Okay. 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 Crash Excel means sometimes whenever we do some macro or automation, our Excel will not able to work. And somehow it will in not responding, we will make some mistakes. Instead of asking you not to make the mistakes, let's make all the possible mistakes. And then you will know how to avoid all those things. Okay. In between, your Excel may crash. Now, if you're opening Excel with some other working files, remember, save and close all the files, everything. Some computer Excel will crash. Some computer Excel will not crash. So I have no idea which computer will crash, which would not. The best way is to save everything, whatever Excel file you are opening at this precise moment, close everything. Later, it may crash, you will have no regret. So it's okay. So let's double check. And just want to see this one. Where is my file? It's inside here. How many of you have downloaded the file? You have uncompressed it. If you are the person, can you type number one? Number one, if you have download and uncompressed the file from the zip. Okay, yes, thank you, thank you. How many of you have not? If you have not, you can type number 0. If you have not. Okay, I see none. Okay, very good. We are smaller class and you are able to do more stuff. And in between, I will just go through a simple one. And in order to make this thing a bit much more effective, because macro can handle various situations, I don't want to go too deep. I just want you all to go through a process called recognizing the code. Okay, recognizing means you are only able to somehow recognize this pattern of the code, this thing, not necessary to memorize, not necessary to type everything by yourself. At least you know what to adjust. Okay, so now let's open a blank Excel file. Let's open a blank Excel file. Nothing inside, just a blank Excel file will do. Whenever you open a blank Excel file, you will be seeing something like this. Something like this. If you're able to follow up with this one, please type number 2. Type number 1 if you want me to, type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Type number 2 if you're able to follow. Okay, good job. After that, I want to turn on or switch on the developer ribbon. Do you see developer ribbon like this one in your Excel? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. Yes or no? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I've seen the mixture between yes and no. If you have not seen this or this one is not visible for you, you could do something like this one. I show you a simpler shortcut way, a little bit simpler one. You go to any of the ribbon, not necessarily formula, any of the ribbon. Just right click. After right click, as an option, second option, it says customize the ribbon. Click on customize the ribbon. And you will go to this place. On the right side, there's an option, there's a checkbox say developer. Just to make sure you tick that one and then you press OK. After you tick and then press OK, then you are able to see the developer. If you're able to follow up with this one, please type number 3 in the chat. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Good job. So now I have done this one. I have showed this one. Go to developer. Inside developer, if you go towards right side, there are a couple of buttons. Only few buttons we are going to use today. We are going to use Visual Basic, Macro, mostly about record macro. If the time permits, I will show a little bit about this one. Okay, mostly we will be using these 3 buttons. There are a lot of buttons we will not be using now, depending on the questions, and I'll be adjusting accordingly. Okay, so now I want you all to do this together. Let's go to developer, and you will see there's a button, there's an option called Visual Basic. The keyboard shortcut is alternate F11. Alternate F11. Click on this. Click on this, and you will see there's a new window appear. Very different window. If you're able to see this, please type number 4 in the chat. If you want me to repeat, please type number 0. Okay, good job. If you are seeing this one, maybe you are seeing some window, maybe you are seeing none. Okay, presume you are seeing none. This is the place you are going to see the code, so-called the automation or Visual Basic. In short, Visual Basic, it stands for VB, Visual Basic. This is a programming language. It tells or it gives the instruction to Excel what to do step by step. This is the instruction we can give to Excel. Inside here, there's a few important windows that you want to make them visible. Let's go to View. Inside View, you will see there's an option called Project Explorer. Or the keyboard shortcut is Ctrl+R inside Visual Basic. Press this one, you will see these windows appear. And you can make the size smaller or make your size larger. You can do this thing. Okay. If you're able to see this one, please type number 5 in the chat. If you want me to repeat, please type number 0. Very good. So this, let me explain a little bit what does it mean. Inside here, whenever you see the bold, all the bold are the file open at this very moment. Yeah. So at this present time, all these files has, what are the files are open behind the scene? Example, personal.xlsb is the personal micro workbook open automatically behind the scene. So now I have 2. Your ones could have only 1 or could have more. All the files open at this present moment, you are able to see in here. Okay, so now I have 2. How many how many files you have at this present moment? Can you type in the chat how many? Is it 1, 2, 3? Some people they have more. Some people they have more. Okay, good one. Some you have 2, you have 1. Okay, mostly is 1. 1 usually is a file you are working at this present moment. Sometimes you will see there's there are more files below. That's because of something called add-ins. Add-ins, particularly Excel add-ins. This is something added functionality in Excel, and those are the add-ins developed using macro or VB. Okay, so this just to let you know. So now we are inside here. Whenever we are doing recording, it's important to have 2 screens side by side so that we are able to observe what are the things has happened inside Excel and how that impact the VB or the code and how the code impact the Excel. We want to see them side by side. Okay. So now while this thing is on the on here, I can press the Windows key. No matter which Windows version you are working at this present moment, type the Windows key. And then you go right arrow key, Windows and right arrow key. That means this particular window will occupy right half of the screen. Occupy right half of the screen, like this one. I click this one, hold down the Windows key and right arrow key. Hey, where's my thing? Hold down Windows key and right arrow key. If you are using Windows 11 and above, Windows 10 and above, whenever you let go of your Windows key, it will ask you what's the next half. Now I don't have it. I just pretend I don't have it. Then I click this one, Excel, hold down the Windows key and left arrow so that you have 2 screens side by side. It's very important to go for this one because later on we will use this one to help us. Okay, so type number 6 if I'm able to follow, type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, let me repeat. Okay. First thing, you need to have 2 screens. Have you opened this one? Have you opened this one? Yes or no? Okay, because I see one person. Okay, you need to open this one. If you don't have this one, you can go to Developer, Visual Basic. Click on this. Now, what this is, this one is facing you. The one on the topmost. On your keyboard, you have the Windows key. Some keyboard, there's something like 4 square boxes, the Windows key. Some keyboard, they use the Win key. After pressing the Windows key, hold it down, do not let go, and right arrow key. Windows, right arrow key. So that means this particular window, this Visual Basic, this particular window will occupy right half of the screen. Okay, something like this one. Hold down the Windows key, right arrow key. You will occupy the right half of the screen. Hey, where's the thing? Like this one. Whenever you let go, especially for Windows 10 and above, it will ask you what's the second half. If not, if you do not have this thing, it's okay. You can just select the Excel file and press the Windows key. Same thing, hold down the Windows key. Do not let go. And with the left arrow key. So it will occupy left half of the screen. Okay, left half of the screen. MacBook, sorry, MacBook need to arrange one by one. Yeah. Okay, last time, because I also taught MacBook about macro. No choice. Hey, one by one. Okay, can arrange lah, can arrange lah. Can. MacBook, they have a full screen. The MacBook, the Visual Basic, it doesn't occupy left half of the screen. In the MacBook, there's a small button above. We can arrange where we want it to be. Visual Basic window doesn't support that. Excel, yes. So therefore, only half long. It doesn't occupy the whole thing. Okay, sorry for MacBook, arrange one by one. So let's come back here. Okay, let's. Inside here, how many worksheets do you have in your Excel? In your Excel, for how many worksheets? 1, 2, 3. How many worksheets? Can you type in the chat? How many worksheets do you see? Some of you maybe have 3. Some of you may have 1. Okay. Yes, very good. Thank you. Thank you. At least most of you at least have 1 worksheet. What is the name of the worksheet? Usually it's sheet 1. The name of the worksheet is called sheet 1. Yes, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Erin. Let's go towards the right side, which is inside the Visual Basic. Do you see the sheet 1 here? Yes or no? Yeah. So whatever thing we are looking in Excel is visible inside Visual Basic. Whatever we see inside Visual Basic, it is the thing reflected in Excel. Some people say, yeah, man, true, man. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go back to Excel. Go back to Excel. Let's add one more blank worksheet. Just click on the plus sign, new worksheet. Just click one new worksheet. So now I have 2 worksheets. I have sheet 1 and sheet 2. Let's go back to Visual Basic. Do I see 2 worksheets here? How about you? I see 2 worksheets. How about you? Yes, right? Type yes or no. Let me know in the chat. Yes. So that means whatever thing we are doing in Excel is immediately reflected here. So let's do some experiment. Besides doing this so-called the Project Explorer, there's one more thing called properties. Let's go to View inside Visual Basic, or later I will call VB for short. Go to View inside VB. There's something called Properties Windows. The shortcut key is F4. Properties Windows. Some people will ask me, what the heck is properties? Is it a landed house, condo, double story, or what? No. The properties in here, in terms of technical term, is called characteristic. Characteristics. So that means in Bahasa, it means ciri. Okay, characteristic. Ciri, not ciri. Okay. Okay. The characteristic. For example, I have a bottle, a small bottle here. What is the characteristic of this bottle? It could be the height. What is the content inside? The color, the material, the temperature, maybe the weight, a lot of things. Everything we can feel, we can see, we can touch. All those are called properties. Similar things inside here. Because not everything can be touched, can be seen, can be smelled, and so on. So it's called characteristic. In short, it's called properties. So let's go here. Let's go to press F4 and you will see the properties windows. Some of you, the property windows may be floating like this one. Okay, if it's something floating, you can drag towards right side and go towards bottom. It will somehow snap it. Whenever snap, and it's able to fit them together. So these properties. If I'm able to follow up to this one, please type number 7 in the chat. And type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Cannot find window. Okay. You go to view, There's something called property windows inside Visual Basic, yeah? Does it work? Properties windows, ada? Boleh? Does it work? Let me know. Because whatever I'm sharing now is the fundamental things, the groundwork. After that, I will not share this thing again. We will go a bit faster. Okay. Cant, Sandra. Okay. I believe it's okay. Okay, go to here. Inside, let's select sheet 1. Let's select sheet 1. Whenever you select sheet 1, the properties will change to the name called sheet 1. Here you will notice it has two names. One, the name with the bracket, and another name without the bracket. We are going to change the name without the bracket, because the name with the bracket is so-called the programming identifier. Identifier. Okay, it's a unique name inside the program, so we do not want to touch that for now. We change the name. Okay, let's go to name. Click on the name, and I want to change the name. Instead of call sheet 1, I call this as data. Just change the sheet 1 to data and press enter. Okay. After I change this one, just observe the changes in Excel. Sheet 1 no longer there. The name has changed sheet 1 to data. If I'm able to follow up to this one, please type number 8. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Good job, good job. So what you can see, our experiment just now, we changed inside the properties and it is reflected inside Excel. And later on, I want to change something inside Excel. We want to see how does that impact the properties. Let's go to data. Let's go to data. Inside Excel, data. I can just double click on the data here. I say data version 2. Data V2 and press enter. Observe the changes inside Visual Basic. Does it change? Yes or no? Just double check. If the things has changed, please type number 9. If you need me to repeat, please type 0. Okay, good job. So now the next one, we have data V2. What if I hide the worksheet data V2? Will I still able to see that inside VB? Yes or no? Yes. Because whatever thing we see in Excel is reflected in the VB Whatever thing we change, they are interrelated What if I hide this worksheet? I hide this one. Will I still able to see that inside Visual Basic? Yes or no? Type in the chat. Guess, just only guess. Hey, you sure, man? You sure? It's yes, man? I thought it's hidden, The rest, how about the rest? If you're not quite sure, you can guess, Sure. Wow, pro. I think you have tested. Some of you, before I finish, you all have finished. Wow, very high achiever. Okay, if I hide this one, hide data V2, it's still visible here. See, still visible. Yes, that's right. So that means inside the Visual Basic, we can see everything, including the hidden worksheet. So now let's go and click on data V2 inside Visual Basic. Click on data V2 and go down. You can see something called visible. Visible is one of the properties, one of the characteristic or theory. Instead of showing hidden, let's change this one to visible. And let's observe. Can I see the data V2 inside Excel? Yes, I can see that. And by the way, just now inside the visible, I see something weird. Besides visible and hidden, there's something called very hidden. Weird, huh? either visible or hidden, but something called very hidden. Weird. Let's test on this one. Now, still the same thing. Data V2, change the visible to sheet very hidden. Just change to this one, very hidden. And you were not able to see the data V2. Type number 1 if you're able to follow up to this one. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good. After I have hidden the worksheet, I want to unhide. Let's unhide this one in Excel. Normally, when to unhide, we just right click. Let's see, right click. I don't see anything for unhide. That's the meaning of very hidden. Whenever the worksheet is very hidden, we cannot unhide. Cannot unhide in Excel. In Excel for very hidden worksheet. Whenever it's very hidden, we cannot do this. So that also means next time you want to hide a certain worksheet, do not want to let other people go and mingle with that, you can use this method to hide the worksheet. Provided the person doesn't know lah. If the person know how to unhide using this method, okay lah. So this is how we are able to do this. Now we know, hey, I want to bring this back. Let's go back to data V2 inside Visual Basic. Data V2 and go down the visible. Instead of setting to very hidden, now I want to change back to hidden. Change it back to normal hidden, sheet hidden. And go back to Excel. Go back to Excel. And I'm going to unhide this one. Right click. Just now I cannot unhide. Now I could see unhide here. Unhide. And I want to unhide data V2 and press OK. Ta-da! So this is how we're able to unhide. Press number 2, type number 2 in the chat if you're able to follow. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, very good. So this is a general we are going to do. And now we want to do some recording. I want to do some recording. So I want to make the cell a little bit larger. And remember, we are going to crash Excel. We're going to crash Excel. We are going to make all the mistakes typically people will do during recording. Remember to save your other Excel file, other working file that you haven't saved. After save, remember, close them. Okay, so now I want to go back to developer. Inside developer, going towards right side, it has a button says record macro. This is the same button in Mac as well as in Excel. They are the same. Click on this one. Click on this one. And I want to give a macro name. The macro name, you can use uppercase, lowercase, and you can use underscore in between them. No space in between them. Number 0 to 9 is okay after first alphabet. Yep. And the name must be unique. For example, I want to show something like say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Yeah, why this thing? Okay, say my name. After that, I want to use a keyboard shortcut. Keyboard shortcut, I press small letter S. For Mac will be different. Mac will not allow you to do this thing. For Windows, we are able to use the same shortcut key as per Excel. What is Control S means in Excel? I can't remember. Can you help me to recall what does this mean in Excel? Control S. Save. Yes, thank you, Erin, Jess, Kenneth. Save. Because I just want to use the first alphabet. So I may be accidentally forgotten. So now we just keep it this way. Control S, small letter S. Yeah. I want to store this macro in this workbook. So that means next time I send this file to my colleague or to my friend, they are able to use the macro we have created. So say my name, Control S, and this workbook. After that, just press OK. After you press OK, everything you are doing inside Excel, it will be recorded. Before that, Let's go to your Visual Basic. Go back to VB. You will see there's something called modules, like a folder. If you do not see this folder on the top inside Project Explorer, there's a looks like a folder toggle. You can turn this on or turn this off. Personally, I prefer to turn this on because it makes it much more organized. I can collapse, expand. I can collapse and expand. It makes it much more organized rather than the whole thing, like a whole bunch of this one. Especially you have a lot of worksheet. It's very, very messy. It's not easy to manage. So personally, I prefer to have this one. Let's open the modules and you will see something called modules 1. Double click on the modules 1 and you will see something like this appears on the right side. Your window may be a little bit smaller. It's okay. If your window is a bit smaller, you can click the one in the middle to expand it so that it's able to see bigger stuff and more things inside. Okay, let's click on this one. Type number 3 if you are able to follow up to this one. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, let me repeat. Let me repeat. Let me stop recording. Okay, let's do this. Let's remove this one. So now rephrase a little bit. I want to start recording. And the recording, it means everything I do inside Excel, I'm able to ask the macro to repeat. Now my intended action is something like this one. Whenever I run the macro, I want to show my name is Thai. Of course, don't type exactly the Thai TAI, you change to your name. Okay. So this is the intention. Instead of doing this manually, copy and paste, I want to have a macro. This is a very simple example. And go to developer. Inside developer, going towards the left side, it has a button called record macro. Record macro. Click on that. It will ask you for the name. The name, it cannot have space. If I key in some space, like this one, when I press enter, it will give me a noise. That means, oh, cannot start. I must start with a letter or underscore, and cannot have space. Cannot complete with existing name. So the name must be unique. So these are the things. So I change the macro name called say my name, and I want to have a shortcut Control S. The intention is to purposely crash having the conflicting shortcut with Excel. In Mac, it doesn't allow this one. In Windows, yes, it is allowed this one. So we are doing all this in Windows. For the Mac, you cannot. It doesn't allow this one. And I want to store in this workbook. After that, just press OK. Press OK. After press OK, then let me zoom out. On the right side, you will see something called Project Explorer. If you do not see this one, you can go to View. There's something called Project Explorer, just in case you do not see this one. Sometimes the Project Explorer is a bit too small. You did not see this. You can expand this one. Sometimes this one is also too small. You also can expand. You can expand this one. You have something like this one. Then go to Modules. Double click on Module 1. Double click on Module 1. Let me zoom out. And you're able to see something like this on your screen. Type number 3, if I'm able to follow. Type number 0, I will just ignore. No, I will just repeat again one more time. Just to make sure everyone is okay. This is very important. Okay, type number 3, if I'm able to follow. Okay, good job. Thank you. Let's see. How normally we do things in Excel. This is how we normally do. Before the person doing the data entry, some people, they have this subconscious behavior. They don't know what they did aware. Example, I want to key in the data to A1. My active cell is already in A1. They will click on A1 again before they key in anything. When I have this kind of behavior, when I click, I just observe whatever thing I do, it will generate a code on the right side. Now I click on A1. Inside Excel, it has no changes. But here, it has one line appears. It means, hey, go to A1 again. So this is the instruction based on the action I have I have taken. Okay, now we click on A1 or whatever cell you are in now. You will see this. After that, they continue to type. My name is Thai. After I do this, normally people will just press enter. You press enter as well. And you will notice just now by typing and pressing enter is equivalent to 2 lines here. It's just that line. So now let me remind again, we are here not to remember the code. We are here to recognize the code. Very important. We are here to recognize. We just roughly know that this line appears because of that action. That's it. Nothing else. Just that thing. Not to remember. Because all these things, it will take a while to remember. Instead of remember, we know what to do in Excel. It will generate the corresponding code for us. Not remember. Okay, later I will do again. So if I'm able to follow up with this one, please type number 4. Please type number 4 in the chat if you're able to follow. Okay, very good. Good job. So now I have done up to this one. And while I'm still inside Excel, what was the shortcut key I assigned for the macro? Control 1, I can't remember. Control A, Control B, Control C, Control S. Thank you. Thank you, Erin, for helping. Okay, thank you, Wendy. Control S. So now I want to run the macro using Control S. Let's see what will happen. I press Control S. Nothing happened. And because of the Control S, I have one more line here. One more line here. It means I have successfully run the macro because of the shortcut key. And this also telling us we can use macro to record another macro action. Okay. Nothing happened. On the Excel, nothing happened. Still the same thing. If I press Control S again, this round, some computer will crash, some Excel will run into error. Okay. So now I press Control S. So you can see the whole thing run. Okay. I think my Excel will crash. Let's wait for a while. Okay. Just wait for it to crash. Yes, mine is crashing. Yours maybe have error. Okay, mine is crashed. What is your response? Is your Excel crash or having some error? Debug. Runtime error. Yes, thank you, Jess. How about the rest? How many of you, just curious, how many of you are having the Excel crash? Type number 1. If your one is runtime error, type number 2. If you crash, type number 1. If runtime error, type number 2. Okay, we have Kaylin. Okay, most of you are crashed. Nothing happened? Cannot be. Nothing happened. But press Control S again. Usually, if everything is okay, like me crash, then it's something called recovered. Here, it crashed. Now, this is not a effective way, and it's quite a common mistake people do. Okay. Active workbook.save. Are you having the same shortcut key for the macro? I'm just curious. If you're having the same shortcut key for the macro, Control S, then it will crash. Okay, never mind. Let's do this again. Let's do this again. This one is the proper one. Whatever thing we have done, the recover version, I don't want. I can just close the file. I don't want to save. Let's redo again. Open a brand new file. Let's redo. Whatever thing you have, you can just close it and reopen again to brand new file. Not necessary to save again. We want to start brand new. I want to show you the proper way. Just now it was a bit crash method, a common mistake method. This one is much more appropriate. Okay. Once I'm inside here, whenever we are doing recording, it's very, very important to have 2 screens side by side. One is a Visual Basic, another one is Excel. Okay, like this one. You have 2 screens side by side. And once you are ready in this way, type number 1 in the chat. Type number 0, if you have some question, you can straight away type your question. Good job, good job. Okay. Windows stop working. Okay. Not sure what's happened. Okay, now let's do something different now. Because about automation, it could be quite interesting. Different windows, different setting, it may behave a little bit differently. Okay. If you are running on the Zoom app, that means a program installed inside your computer. With the same computer you are working at this present moment or following the exercise, that would be a good thing to have. If there's something in between you are not quite sure how to handle, I would invite you to share your screen. Okay, if you are running from a web, directly from a web page, it will not allow you to share your screen. And you can share the screen, I cannot remove control. So the whole intention is to have this one, remote control, so that I can share with you what is happening. That's what can. So Kalim, your Windows okay? What do you mean stop working? Maybe you can explain a little bit. I'm not sure what's happening. Okay now. Okay, now let's go back to Excel. So I have two screens side by side. Go back to the intention. I want to have the macro to show my name is Thai. That's all. That's the intention. I want to record the macro just for that purpose. And some of you may be thinking, Thai, this is too simple. Yes, it's very simple. It's a good way to start. A lot of time people, because it's so simple, they cannot grab it, and eventually they were not able to understand the flow later on. So now just bear with me. So bear with me. I'm about to make similar mistakes. Later, I will show you how to do the correction. Because making mistake is almost unavoidable for whenever we learn something new. It's always unavoidable. Unless you are the very smart person, you learn the thing one shot and you grab it right. Typically like me, normal people, I will make mistakes. I will make mistake one. So let's follow this one by one. After you have two screens side by side, go to developer and record macro. Beside on the top, there's a record macro. At the bottom right, bottom left, you will see there's the same icon. It's record macro. This one is only available in Windows. Mac, I can't remember whether it has the button on the lower left corner. I can't remember. So this is the same thing. So I can click on the upper one. And I want to show, say my name. Same thing, I want to press Ctrl S. I intentionally want to make mistakes. Later, I want to do correction. Then store in this workbook. Then press OK. Remember, I have changed these two parts, the name and the shortcut key. And then followed by the OK. Then after that, press OK. I will see something appears on the modules. Remember, double click on the modules so that you're able to see, you're able to recognize the action corresponding to what kind of code. Type number 2, if I'm able to follow up to this one. Type number 0, if you want me to repeat. Okay, good job. Yes. So now, the tricky part is whenever we want to move around between Visual Basic and Excel, people say, Thai, I click on the cell. Now you say cannot, then how? Okay, this one. How we know which one is active? You look on the top. Which title is stronger in Word? That is so-called active. Active. And the Excel now in my current Windows is a bit blur, a bit gray. It's not so strong in terms of the text. It's called inactive. For us to switch in between them, we can use the keyboard shortcut. Front to and flow, we can use alternate F11. Alternate F11 allows us to switch in between them easily. So let me show you. Now inside the Visual Basic is active. let me go back. I press alternate F11. You can see the book one, the color on the top is stronger comparing to the Visual Basic. So that means the Visual Basic now, this is inactive. And meanwhile, the Excel is called active. Just observe the things on the top. Okay. Some people say, "Tai, I'm not quite sure in my screen, maybe it's not so sharp. I cannot differentiate them." It's okay. If this thing happened, you could move between them by using mouse. People, they are more comfortable with mouse. Just click on any of the ribbon on the top. On the top here, just click on the top. Clicking on the top will not trigger any action. Whenever you go back to Visual Basic or go back to VB, you can just click on the top. Here, this is the place you can use your mouse to click, and it will not trigger any action. Okay, so now I have realized the difference. I go back to Excel. I do not want to click on the same place. You can straight away key in the data like just now. My name is Tai. Okay, I went to my alphabet and my name is Tai. Of course, you will need to change your name. After I do this one, normally people will press enter. And now, if you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 3. Please type number 3 if you're able to follow. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, cannot see the visual code. Very good. You need to go to here, double click on the modules. Okay, I double click on the modules. And sometimes the things will be maybe too big. You cannot see the whole thing. You may want to adjust it a little bit smaller. Or sometimes the code is a bit too small, maybe somewhere hidden corner. You can move them up and you can maximize it. Okay. Sandra, okay, can. Good. So you are able to follow. After we have done all these things, and I want to stop recording. It's very important after you have completed the whole thing, the intended repeatable action, you need to stop recording. To stop recording, there are 2 ways. One is go back to developer. On the top left, there's a stop recording, or at the bottom left, you will see there's a similar icon. You say stop recording. Yeah, stop recording. Remember, stop recording. If you're able to follow, please type number 4 in the chat. Good job. So I stop recording. Okay. Before we continue to do the testing, let's remove everything from the worksheet. Remove everything. Remove everything. Okay. What was the shortcut key? Control S. Okay, now press Control S. Control S is the same shortcut key with Excel. Now we have the macro and Excel with the same shortcut key. Which one will go first? Let's do a testing. I press Control S. It doesn't trigger the save, but it triggers the macro. Okay, you can see it shows the name. If I go to some other places, Control S, go to some other places, Control S. Later I explain why this thing always go back to B3. Later I will explain. If I'm able to see something similar like this one, please type number 5, type number 0 if you need some help. Type number 5 if you're able to follow, type number 0 if you need some help. Okay, very good. So now I would like to invite Sandra to share your screen. Because this one a bit different. To share your screen, you need to go to in the Zoom middle bottom of your Zoom screen. There's something called share with the up arrow key. After you click up, yes, I can share. You can see the screen is coming. You're only sharing half of the screen. Okay, because you only select the cell B2. You haven't keyed the wording called my name is Sandra. You haven't keyed inside Excel. You haven't keyed. Can you go back to Excel? Yep. Whenever we are doing recording, it's good to have two screens side by side. Whenever you have the screen is overlapping each other, they will be not easy to see. Will not be easy to see. Okay, two screens side by side. Very good. You can hold down the Windows key, left arrow key. Windows key, right arrow key, like this one. Hold down the Windows key, left or Windows key, right. Okay, and click on the Visual Basic, then Windows, the other side. Can. Okay, I think the recording has stopped. Sorry. Okay, record. Okay, now record. Whenever you are doing redo the recording, you can use exactly the same name. Yeah, you can use exactly the same name, and just cannot use the same shortcut key because it doesn't allow. Later we can do some adjustment. Okay, no space in between them, no space in between the name. And you cannot use the same shortcut key Control S. Previously, we cannot use. Maybe you press Control A. Because Control A also a default shortcut key. Okay, now you press capital N. Okay, click one of the cell. Click one of the cells. As you can see, whenever you click on the cell, the code also recorded. And now you type, my name is Chan. Just type it inside Excel. You can see the movement of the Excel is also recorded. Everything is recorded. Okay. And then you can press enter. Very good. And then you stop recording. After you have done, you need to remember to stop the developer. Yes, very good. So now we are on this stage. It's very interesting to see how the things work a bit differently. Maybe we use this one as an example. Is that okay for you, Sandra? Can I? Fire means okay. Okay, Baxter Radar. Okay. So whenever inside here, I want you to have two screens side by side. Could you share your entire screen? Share your entire screen, because whenever the screen is overlapping, it's not easy to see. It's very important whenever we are doing recording. My intention here is to help you to recognize the code, not to memorize the code. Okay, can. Maybe I request remote control. Is that okay for you? I request remote control, and then you will just approve. After that, you just watch. Okay, let me request remote control, and then you need to approve it. Before that, I think you need to share entire screen now, because this one is not entire screen. And let me temporarily give up remote control. And you can stop sharing, and then you share again. During share, you share entire screen. That's one wording called screen. Okay, for Nuha and Husna, wait for a while, see whether this is something similar. If yes, later you can just follow along. Only a beginning, after that you will slowly used to it. Slowly used to it. I only can see Excel. When you share entire screen. Okay. It's only small screen.
Teacher, how to go about it? I mean, I already window left.
Okay. When you share screen, inside share screen, do you share entire screen? There's a wording called screen, not selecting Excel, not selecting Visual Basic.
Oh, okay. Entire screen.
Yes, there's a wording called screen usually on the upper left side. There's a lot of options, a lot of screen for you to select. One on the upper left side is called screen.
No, I only can see all the window.
Yeah, one of the windows is called screen. There's a wording S-C-R-E-E-N, screen. You scroll up, you scroll down, one of them is called screen.
Sure. No, because now I'm sharing one, then I can see all the windows.
So you don't select the window, you scroll up, go up all the way, and until on the left side, you will see there's something called with the wording called screen.
Screen.
Okay, never mind. That's whatever thing you have, we just work with it. Okay, can align. Okay, let me request remote control. Request remote control. Okay, so now you temporarily don't want to move your mouse first. Let me show you. Inside here, we go to Visual Basic. Just the Visual Basic is another site. Okay. Okay, never mind. Let's do this. If I do this, I only see half later. You can see I only see half. I will not able to see all. Yeah. Yes, that's because you only sharing. Never mind. Let's go continue. I can see the screen. It has something like this one. Now, presume I have done something and I'm not quite sure what has happened inside here. I'm not quite sure what has happened inside the code here. Let me do this. Before I continue, I want to remove everything. Otherwise, it has a so-called the residual effect from the previous automation. I just want to make it clean inside the Excel worksheet. And I want to go to my Visual Basic. Okay, temporarily don't control first, otherwise I will lose control. Inside here, now everyone please follow. Everyone please follow. Just to make sure your cursor is within the sub and end sub. Within. It could be on the same line, or could be on the last line. It could be on the very beginning, ending, or somewhere in between. It's okay, as long as within the block. And then you press F8. F8 is equivalent to debug. There's something called step into. Inside debug, there's something called step into. In another word, this is running the code in the slow motion. Slow motion so that we can know which one works, which one is not working. Excel or VBA, it runs the code line by line from top to bottom. It goes in this sequence. So let's go here. If I press F8, you can see it has a yellow line appears here. It means it's about to run that particular line, about to. Press F8. So this, you can see something called F6. I press F8. You can see the Excel, it runs to F6. That is the reason why I want to have two screens side by side. And whenever you will run this one, this one, you will run again. So if there's certain things you don't need, you can put a single quote in front. Single quote, it means I will just ignore the particular line until confirm is not required, and then you can remove. So here I also don't need. And this one is the movement of the windows. I press F8, you can see it goes to E4. This line, it goes to E4. Don't need to memorize the wording range. Don't need to memorize about the slide. Just E4, you can see it's go to E4. And then you press F8. It's run, it show the name. And then press F8, it go to another location. So this two line is somehow moved to a different location. If this is what you want, okay lah, but it's not what we want today. So I want to command them using a single quote in front. After the whole thing done, you see the yellow line still appears. You can go and reset. Looks like a stop button. Click on the reset. Okay, let me run again. I click on this location. I want to show the name. My name is Chan over here. Go back to Visual Basic. Okay, where is the key? And press F8. F8. Okay, you can see it shows the name over here, F8. So this is how we're able to do this, and it tested from the recording. Only this particular line is needed, the rest don't need. So I could just remove the rest, remove the green lines, remove it, and here I also can remove. So go back to Excel. And just now I mentioned the shortcut key, we can adjust it later on. For the adjusting of the shortcut key, we go to macro. Just now it's called share my name. Go to options. You can see the shortcut key is over here. If you don't want the shortcut key, you can just remove it and press OK. Just now I have certainly called share, say my name, options. You don't need the shortcut key, just remove it and press OK. Okay. So now I want to change this one using Control S. You can use a different shortcut key. And beside this one, whenever we are using shortcut key, we can use capital letter. Example, if I keep using capital letter S, it means Control Shift S. If I use small letter S, it means Control S. So that means you have different variety. Instead of using the similar shortcut key with Excel, you can use some other shortcut key. So now maybe I want to use Ctrl-Shift-S. Then press OK and press cancel. So now I can use Ctrl-Shift-S. Can you press can you press Ctrl-Shift-S in your computer? You click inside your Excel, then can you press Ctrl-Shift-S? For myself.
Ctrl-Shift-F. F.
Not F, S.
Oh, S. S. Yes, yes.
Yes, very good. Click some other places. Yes, very good. So this is how we're able to adjust the thing a little bit.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your question. I will temporarily stop the sharing from here. Okay, now let's ask Nuha and Husna. Is your side okay? I'm not quite sure. Okay. Okay. So now let me go back to my screen. Okay, let's have a quick recap. A lot of time people tend to go a bit off. Again, I repeat this one. I repeat again. We are here to recognize the code, not to memorize the code. I have no intention to make you all to become programmer. Okay, so therefore, it's important to have two screens side by side. Two screens side by side. One is Excel, one is Visual Basic side by side. And now, because it's online learning, you may have a Zoom window blocking your view. Maybe the Zoom window is somewhere here. Later, you can just move the thing around and you're able to see that. If you use another phone, you can also come in as well. The important thing is to have two screens side by side. Very, very important. So that we are able to see how the codes impact Excel. Whenever we are doing recording, we can see how this thing generate the code behind the thing, behind the scene. The main concept, the main purpose is for you to recognize the code. Okay, I repeat again, recognize. What does it mean by recognize? I don't need to understand the whole thing, but I see the pattern. Maybe it's something like that. That's all. That's good enough. That's good enough. Okay, so let's come back to here. If I have certain things I'm not quite sure, I want to run in the slow motion. Slow, because the macro will run very, very fast. Fast. Okay, so I want to run in the slow motion. Slow-mo. I will be using F8. F8 allows us to run in the slower motion. Okay, let's do this. I press F8. F8. You can see it will. Whenever there's yellow line, it means it's about to run the line. VB is a line by line kind of processing. It goes from a top go to bottom, top to bottom. So I press F8. That is a result. What I can see on the left side, that is the result from this particular line of the command. This line of command, right here. Yeah, this line of command. So that means next time I see something like this one, I know, oh, roughly this is the result. And then I press F8 and go to B3. Okay, if I go to some other places, let me remove everything. I go to some other places. I press F8. F8. Okay. Yep, this line is generate the message on the screen. Very good. I press F8 again. Oh, this movement because of the range CB3. At least you know it's something to do with B3. Here also something to do with B3. So therefore, it's slowly recognized. I press F8. Now, in my current example, this one is no longer required. I can put a single quote. Okay, let's go back to Excel. Remove everything. I click somewhere else. Maybe I click somewhere here. I press F8. Run in a slow motion. Okay, good. I go here. I press F8. It runs in slow motion. That's good. And this is how you're able to adjust the code a little bit so that it only display in the place you want it to be. Okay, so let you test for a while. And if you're able to follow, please type number 1. If you need some help, please type number 0. Yes, you need to stop the recording. At the end, you need to stop recording. Okay, the question, let me understand the question. Do you have to stop recording to edit the code? Not necessary. If you are doing the recording halfway, you know something is wrong, you can straight away adjust it. It's okay. During recording, halfway recording, you can adjust the code. Maybe I realize this line, after a while, you know, this extra line, you can put the single quote in front. Okay, hope this address your question. If you're able to follow, please type number 1. If you need some help, type number 0. Okay, good job. Can I continue? Can. Okay, thank you. So for this one, I want to save the file. I want to save the file. Whenever I press Ctrl S, it runs the macro. So let me go back to Excel. I expand the windows. I want to adjust the shortcut key. To adjust the shortcut key, you go to Developer, Macro, or the keyboard shortcut will be Alternate F8. Alternate F8 is a shortcut to view macros. When I press Alternate F8, because my computer, I have another personal macro workbook. Currently, I only have Say My Name in this workbook. Then you will see there's a button called Options. Click on the Options. And you can see the shortcut key here. Beside the small letter S, we can use capital S. Sometimes maybe you say, hi, I don't want the shortcut key at all. Can. If don't want, you can just remove it. Then press OK and press cancel. Now I don't want to have shortcut key. So therefore, if I press Ctrl S, it means it's going to saving the file. So let me press Ctrl S now. Ctrl S. It's about to ask where I want to save the file. Let me go to my file and save it. I want to go to a different folder. Where is my location? Let's see. I want to go to the same location. Okay, let's wait for a while. Remember, save the file. I'm going to show you how to save the file. Depending on your Excel version. So I want to say this is called Say My Name. Say My Name. I'm saying the file. Remember, save the file as a macro-enabled workbook. Some Excel version, it doesn't default to the personal macro workbook. It will save as an Excel workbook. If you save as an Excel workbook, that means it has one special. Let me show this one to you. Let me rephrase. See, I'm a bit confused now. Okay. How many of you, whenever you save, you see this Excel workbook? Type me in the chat. If you see Excel macro enabled workbook, type 1. Okay. Please type me. Where's the thing? You type me, ME. If you see this one, type me, ME. You see macro enabled workbook, type 1. Macro enabled workbook. You type 1. Okay. Very good. Thank you. Hey, for those of you type 1, I believe you are using 365. I'm just guessing. 365. If you are seeing this one, you need to change to macro enabled workbook. If I follow the default file type, whenever I save, all the macro will be gone for good right after I close my file. The Excel workbook, it doesn't hold any macro. It doesn't. So therefore, you want to keep the macro, you want to save as macro enabled workbook. Remember, change to this file type. After that, remember change, then save. Just save. Okay. Once you are able to done the saving, please type number 3 in the chat. If you have done the saving of the file with the personal macro workbook, please type number 3. Very good. So now I have done up to this one. And let's close this file and reopen again. Let's see what will happen. Let's close this file. Close this file and reopen again. I go back here. I say there's something called save my name. Let's open the file. Chang, chang, chang. Whenever you are open the file, okay, let me close this one. I don't want to have this thing. Okay. Let me do this again. Okay. Let me close everything and reopen. Sometimes you open Excel file, you will get this warning, like this one. Okay, where's my warning? Like this one. How many of you have seen this warning? Type me if you have seen this kind of warning before. Type me in the chat. Okay, good. What will you do? If you click enable content, type number 1 in the chat. If you just ignore, type number 0. Number 0 means ignore. If you click, type number 1. If you click 0, if you just ignore, type 0. Okay, I want to see how many. How's the response like? Number 1. Okay, this is a serious note now. Okay, now I want to turn to a serious note now. Okay, I'm just curious. The file is received from your colleague or someone you do not know. Okay, do you receive the file from someone you trust or someone you do not know? Just curious. If you're someone you trust, you can type number 2. If someone you don't know, you can type number 3. Just curious. Someone you trust, someone you know, you type number 2. As someone you don't know, you type number 3. Okay, good. Okay, sure, a little bit. At least most of you receive the file from someone you know. And just for information, whenever we click on the enable content, it's able to run the macro automatically. I repeat, whenever you click enable content, the macro could be run automatically. It means without any intervention, it can run certain things. It could be good, could be bad. I have a macro. Whenever you click enable content, it would be able to corrupt all the file you have opened at that present moment. I don't want to share the macro with you. It's too dangerous. Too dangerous. Even though with the antivirus, it cannot prevent that. That is a legitimate action. Antivirus cannot detect. So just be careful, especially receiving the file from someone you do not know or a bit suspicious. Just be careful. Okay, let's come back here. So let's go back here. Whenever you see this one, and because this is created by us, so I need to enable content. What if I did not enable content? I just ignore. Will I able to run the macro? If I ignore, I want to run the macro. Maybe I go to developer macro. I want to run. I will get this error message. It says, because of your security setting, macro has been disabled. Because I didn't enable. So therefore, I have this warning. In order to enable the macro again, I need to close the file, reopen again. I need to reopen. So that is the only way for me to re-enable the macro for that file. So like click enable content. Only by then I'm able to run the macro. So I can go to developer, macro, and say my name, run. So it's work. So up to now, just a quick recap. We have done the recording, just a simple one, say my name. We also can, there's common mistake people do, use the same name, using the same shortcut key. What else? They do unnecessary extra action, or they didn't stop after recording. So these are the common mistakes people do during recording. So far, okay? So I just want to double check again. Let me take a pause. Up to now, how was my pace? I mean, how has my speed? Is it fast for you, slow for you, or you want to maintain? If you want to maintain, you type equal sign. If you want it to be slower, you type minus sign. If you want to be faster, you type plus sign. Okay, you can type in the chat. If you want to maintain, is equal. If you want slow, minus. You want to faster, is plus. Okay, everyone is able to follow. Okay, good one. So I will go a little bit. Okay, this one we have done a recording. Later I will show some example. After we've done the recording, the next one I want to show you is, besides using the shortcut key, how can we run the macro in a different way? So let's go back to our file just now. Go back to our file. I want to create a button. So let's go to insert. Let's go to insert. There's something called illustration. There's something called shape. Certain Excel version, you do not see illustration. You can straight away see shape. Newer version of Excel, you will see illustration is inside the shape is inside illustration. So just go to shapes. I want to create a shapes. Create something like this one. And I can type, say my name. Say my name. After you have done this one, you can change the font size, make it larger or smaller. Everything is inside home. You can increase the size, make it as middle, center. Okay. And then you can go to shape format. You want to have some 3D effect. Hey, to make the thing much more attractive like this one. Say my name. Type number one, if you're able to create a shape. Some people, they create a shape using a smiley face. People, they create a shape using a star or sun or some other things. It's okay. Type number one, if you have created a shape. The shape you can adjust later on. Thank you, thank you. Okay, good job. So now I have gotten this, and I want to assign the macro we have recorded to here. To assign the macro, just use your mouse to right click. Okay. Whenever you right click, you see something like this one. It means I have moved when I was right clicking on the shape. I will say this one. Just press escape and right click again. Then you go down, there's something called assign macros. Click on this assign macros, and it will ask you which macro you want to assign. I want to assign something called say my name. And then you can press OK. Press OK. After you have done, let me zoom out. Click outside of the shape. And now you can use your mouse to point, and you will, instead of using the arrow key, now becomes a finger pointer. So that means it has something like hyperlink. You click and it will run the macro for you. You go to some other cell, click. Some other cell, click. So this is how you're able to assign the macro to a button. Type number 2, if I'm able to follow. Type number 0, if you want me to repeat. Okay, good job. So this is the second method of running a macro. Another method we can run the macro is to have the quick access toolbar button on the top. Personally, I like to use this one because it saves the space and it makes the thing only available when I open the file. For the 365, the quick access toolbar sometimes it doesn't appear. If the quick access toolbar doesn't appear for you, you could just right click on any of the ribbon. Just right click on any of the ribbon. It's something called hide quick access toolbar. For 365, they have the option to hide it. So, and if you hide it, you will not able to see the extra buttons. Or you can just right click. You can choose show quick access toolbar. The quick access toolbar normally appears on the top because sometimes I have a lot more quick access buttons. I place it at the bottom. Up, bottom, or below, it doesn't matter. So here, You click on this drop down. It says customize quick access toolbar. Click on that and go towards the bottom. There's something called more command. More commands. Click on the more commands with a ... Inside more commands, let me zoom out a little bit. On the left side, there's something called choose command from. Click on the drop down. You want to choose command from macros. Choose command from macros. And on the right side, it will ask you what you want to customize. Instead of for all documents, you only want to specify for this document only. Click on the drop down, you will see the file of this current document. For my example, it's called say my name. On the left side, there's something called say my name. You could use double click to move it towards the right side, or you can just click on the add button. Either way, you could do something similar as well. So for me, I can just double click to add it over. Once you add it over, the button here, it will be shown whenever this file is open. When this file is closed, the button will disappear as well. So that's the meaning of customize quick access toolbar for a specific file. After that, this button is not so meaningful. The icon is not so presentable. I want to adjust. While this thing is selected, you can just click on modify. Click modify. And you can choose a different icon. There are a lot of icons here. So maybe I choose something like this one. Okay, click this one. The name, you can change the name. Of course, the name, you can use uppercase, lowercase. Here, you can have spaces. Okay, I want to say my name. And then press OK. You'll notice the icons change as well as the wording change as well. Say my name. Once you're done, just press OK. Type number 3, if I'm able to follow up to this step, you have see this icon for your file. Type number 3, if I'm able to follow. Type number 0, if you want me to repeat. Okay, which one you want me to repeat? Yeah, from which stage? Just curious. Okay, I repeat the whole thing out just for this part. Just for this part, I cancel this one. First of all, do you have the macro ready for you? You can press alternate F8. Do you see this? Whenever you press alternate F8, yes or no? Alternate F8. Okay, now, yes, very good. So that means you have the macro. I want to have this macro appears inside the ribbon here. Okay. To customize the ribbon, so let me use a different way of working. Do you see the quick access toolbar like here? Some computer it appears on the top. Do you see that? No. Okay, very good. I believe you are using 365. I'm just guessing. Go to the top, go to any of the ribbon, right click. Do you see something called show quick access toolbar like this one? Do you see this? If yes, click on that, then you are able to show the quick access toolbar. Okay, this is very important. Without quick access toolbar, you will not able to see the whole thing. Can follow? Just right click on any of the ribbon and just make sure you show that. Usually it's on the top or on the bottom, usually. No, can't see. Are you able to share your screen? I want to invite you to share a screen. Whenever we learn something, these kind of things, it's the good thing about Zoom. We are able to share screen. I don't see your Excel there. Where's your Excel? Okay, yes. Hey, the quick access toolbar is on the top left. Maybe the Zoom window is covered that part of it. You want to move the Zoom bar on the top, maybe going towards right side a little bit. You see that there's a save, undo, redo. Can I? Yep, let me draw something here. Yes, it's over here. Can you see my drawing? Yes, you have that. And then you right click on any of the ribbons, right click. There's something called customize. Just right click on the top here, Yes, then you go to quick access toolbar. Very good. And then here you change it to macro. And after that, here you change it to this current file. Very good. And double click over here. Then select this one and go to modify. Very good. Choose an icon and give a meaningful name. And then press OK. Okay, now you can see there's an icon appears over here. Maybe the Zoom window is on the top. It has blocking your view. It's over here. Let me draw the arrow. It's over here. Okay. Okay, hope this helps. Vale. See no response. Okay. Okay. I believe you are okay now. So now, thank you for your sharing of the questions. And let me stop sharing from here. So just a quick recap. What we have learned up to just now is the recording. From a recording, it's just a very simple step. From a simple step, just typing the message, and we are able to show the things on the screen. My name is so and so. That's it. And we are able to go through the step by step, the slow motion to see which one works, which one doesn't. And then we use the macro. We assign to a button. Just now we assign to a shortcut key. We assign to a button, and just now we assign to a quick access toolbar on the top. So that means we are able to run the same macro from a different options using different way. So this is a starting point of the macro recording. Up to now, so far, any question before we go for a quick break? Any question? Okay, not yet. So far can follow. Just curious. So far can follow. Can. Okay, good one. Good. Can. Good. Okay. Later I will think a scenario is something easy for you to reuse in your work. Let me think a scenario and come back. Let's us go for a quick break, 15 minutes. We will continue in 15 minutes time. Okay, in 15 minutes time, and see you all in 15 minutes. Yeah, let's take a group photo before we continue. Yeah, I would like to invite you to turn on your camera to show your gorgeous faces. Yes. Hey, finally I can see small faces now. Hey, that's nice. Ching. Photo. Everyone's hiding behind the scene like big bosses suddenly invite you to show face, only show face. Big bosses demand like this one. Okay, well, we have more people. They have not turned on the camera. Let's give them another 10 more seconds. Cepat. Okay. Few more people still in progress. Okay. Let's see. 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds for them to prepare. Turn on your camera. Okay. At the same time, if you want, you can take the camera, the screenshot, and then share in your social media Whenever you share in the social media, you can hashtag, maybe type it. You can hashtag, what is this? Let's change this. Hashtag my NT. My NT. My keyboard somehow certain key cannot work. NTW. Or you can hashtag NTW 2023. If you want me to find your post, you can just make it as global or public and hashtag Excel Sifu, and I will be able to find you lah. Okay, so now let's take photo and let's look at your lens, not your monitor, your camera lens. Example, lens is over here. You look at the lens, not your monitor. Okay, and put a big smile, happy smile on your face. Let's smile. 1, 2, 3. I have 2 pages. Smile. Okay, this is first page. And the second page. Let's wait for a while. Smile. Continue. Okay, that is the second page. Very good. Okay, so now we have taken the photo. If you want to send in the in your social media, it's okay. What else? Let's rephrase. By the way, do you know what's the meaning of 细节? How many of you know the meaning of 细节? You type yes. If you no idea what's the meaning of 细节, you can type no. Yeah, sister, Sifu, Sifu, sister. Okay, yes. So that means your senior lah, but the senior is lady. One of you is your senior. I don't want to tell who. You know who you are. And the name has an alphabet E. The name has alphabet E. You can see that. There are a lot of people with alphabet E. Okay. And the 细节 asks something about differently. So I want to make sure the thing is able to give you a bit different context. And your 细节 is asking something like this one. Let me read the question. Can I run the macro automatically when opening the workbook? That means opening the file. At the same time, whenever I open the file, I want to show a user form. So what we can have experience up to just now is only showing the back-end processing. What if I want to have a different user form for user to key in or to do something before they continue? Okay, let's do this thing together. So I'm going back to my file. Going back, where's my file? Okay, going back to my file. Okay. Okay, right. Let's reuse this current file. I want to adjust certain thing. I have the macro. Whenever the user, they open this file, I want to show a message. Welcome to this file. Just a simple message whenever they open the file. Okay, so that's whole intention. To do so, I need to go back to Visual Basic. What is the shortcut key to go back to Visual Basic? Can you type in the chat? What is the shortcut key to go back to Visual Basic? Inside developer, somewhere here. What's the shortcut key? Yes, thank you, thank you. Wow, you're so smart. It's alternate F11. Let's go back to Visual Basic, alternate F11. Whenever we are doing all these things, just remember we want to have 2 screens side by side. Even though you're not recording, we want to have 2 screens side by side. Inside here, and I'm inside my name, XLSM. There's something called Sheet 1. That's one thing called this workbook. Double click on this workbook. And this one is not available in your handout. It's something extra because your CJ asked for it. Something special. Okay, double click on this one. Inside this workbook, if you are able to see something like this, after you double click on this workbook, you will see something called General and Decoration. When you click on the General, it has something called Workbook. Click on the Workbook. After that, you will see there's something called Workbook _ open. On the left, it says Workbook. On the right, it says Open. If I'm able to follow, please type number 1 in the chat. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good. Let me repeat a little bit. First, I close the Visual Basic, and I want to go back to Visual Basic. Now I'm using mouse only. I go to Developer, going towards the left side, there's something called Visual Basic. Whenever I use my mouse to point at it, it will show a message at the bottom. It says Visual Basic bracket alternate F11. Whenever something in bracket, that is the shortcut key you can use later on. So I can just click. Inside here, you will see it has a Project Explorer. If your Project Explorer somehow you have closed it. For example, I have closed the Project Explorer. You want to bring it back, you can just go to View. Inside View, go a little bit down, you will see something called Project Explorer. Click on the Project Explorer, and you will see there's a list of the project. And remember, choose the right file. Currently in my computer, I have 2 files. Whenever the files, they are always in bold, like this one. They're always in bold. I'm selecting the second one, make sure it's expanded. And inside Excel object, double click on the wording called this workbook. Double click on it. Oh, option explicit later, not necessary. Okay. Option explicit is later part of it, when the time permits. Just double click this one. And after you double click, just now you were seeing general and decoration. In the general, drop down and choose workbook. Choose workbook. If you do not have this one, it's okay. See something like this one. If I'm able to see something like this one, or if you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 1. Okay, good job. So back to the intention. Whenever the user open the file, and after they open and enable the macro, I want to show the message, welcome to this workbook. The message, the command to show the message is, it uses something like this one. Whenever inside here, I want to press a tab key. Tab key allows the whole thing go a little bit inside. So this whole thing is called indentation. It's called indentation. It makes the code readability up. So that means it makes the thing much more easier to read for human. For computer, it doesn't matter, but for human, yes, we want to have an indentation. Just put a tab, and then you type this command yourself, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter, MSG-BOX, and put a space. The meaning of MSG-BOX, it means message box. I want to show a message on the screen. And this one, it works the same for the Mac as well as Windows. And then prompt, what I want to show on the screen. Double quote, welcome to this file, and close double quote. That's all. And move away from that particular line. You will see something like this one. MSG-BOX space, double quote, welcome to this file, double quote. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 2, type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good job. So now I have up to this one. Let's go back. And here I cannot do so much of the testing. Let's close the Visual Basic and close the file. Close the Excel file. Remember, save it first, yeah? Save and close it. So let me go back to my folder. Let me go back to my folder. After you save and close everything, open the same macro file just now. Mine is called Say My Name. Double click. And then Because we have enabled the macro once, the second round, it will not ask again. So you will see that something called welcome to this file. If you're able to see this one, type number 3. If let's say you do not see this one, most likely you have something called enable content. After enable content, you are able to see this one. Okay. Okay, good job. So this is the simple way to show the message. After that, instead of showing a normal message, I want to show something differently. Because you see the message, it's just very boring message. I want to show a different icon. Let's go back to Visual Basic by pressing alternate F11. Alternate F11 allows you to quickly go to Visual Basic. Just press alternate F11. Save to which file? Okay, this is the file. It's the same file like previous one. You can just reuse the previous file. Okay, just save to a previous file. It's not a brand new file because this time we have a file called say my name. Just reuse the file. Okay. Okay. If something later you ask, so let's go back to alternate F11. Go to this workbook, double click on this workbook, double click. Inside here, let me expand this one. I make the whole thing maximize because now it's no longer recording. We are doing some typing here. Instead of call message box, say my welcome to this file, I want to show a different icon. The icon only works, certain icon, it works in Mac. Most of the icon, it works for Windows. I want to show a blue icon. Blue icon is called information. At the end, after double quote, you type comma, it will give you a list. The blue icon is called information, VBI. And then when the VB information is selected, you press tab key. When this is selected, you want to confirm a selection, you press tab key. And this morning, for those of you have attended, I call the tab key as hashtag BFF. It will help you to complete the so-called the typing faster. When you see the certain thing is selected, you can press tab key instead of using enter key or double click. It will make the whole thing faster. It works for VB, it works for formula as well. So this is another usage of the tab key. Okay, so let's go back. VBI and press tab key. So now I have changed the icon with the blue instead of nothing. So let's close and save the file. Save and close the file again. Because the macro will run automatically whenever we open the file. So now let's open the file again. And whenever we open, once it's open, it will prompt the message, welcome to this file with the blue icon. Chang, 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 chang. So this one is a bit different. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 4 in the chat. Good job, good job. Okay, good one. So up to this one, everything looks okay. What if I want to have something special? Opening, there's something like this one. Whenever the user attempt to close, I want to show something differently. Let me think. I want to show inside this cell, maybe inside this one. Inside A1, I want to show the current date. When let me rephrase. Current date is not so nice. Okay, let's change it to current time. When was the time the user closed the file? Okay, it will automatically update in A1, regardless of which worksheet. A1, it will update the time upon the user close the file, and it will automatically save the changes. Okay, normally whenever we close, we just close all. But now it's closed. At the same time, it will do something on the file and it will save the changes on it. So let's go back to Visual Basic. alternate F11. Alternate F11. Double click on this workbook. Double click on this workbook. Inside here, there's something called workbook. Workbook in Excel, it means the file. And beside the file, on the side, currently it says open. This whole thing is called event. Okay, event. Event means the action, the things people do on a certain timing, or the file working on a certain timing. One of the event, it says open. Whenever it's open, what I want to do? Oh, show message. Now we want to have additional one. Before the file is closed, I want to update the time, go to cell A1, and then save the file. So this is what we are going to do. So drop down on the open, and you can see all these are events. I scroll up. So before close, before open, before save, a lot more things. Whenever the user create a new worksheet, you want to do something, you scroll down, and before delete, there's a lot more. You can see activate, resize, a lot more things inside. So it makes the thing much more robust, and you can add on your own control. So let's go back to our intention. I want to add something called before close. Before close. Before close, I want to set the time, go to cell A1. Click on the before close. Okay, let me zoom out. Now I want to have two screens side by side. Okay, Windows left, Windows right. I want to set inside here. So double check. Just to make sure you have inside the before close, you have two screens side by side. Type number 5 if you are able to follow up to this one. Okay, very good. Sometimes whenever we learn, now I'm going to teach you a little bit, show you a little bit what kind of code you could type. If you have used ChatGPT or you go online, you saw, hey, this code macam okay, but I'm not quite sure whether it works or otherwise. So that's the time you want to do some testing. Testing on the 1 or 2 lines of the code, you can use something called immediate window. Let's show another thing called immediate window. Inside Visual Basic, go to View. You will see something called immediate window, and the keyboard shortcut is Ctrl-G. The meaning of immediate window, you can type a command there, and then you press enter, it will show you the result, either on Excel or on the screen. It will show the result. So this is a quick and easy way for you to test or for you to troubleshoot. So let's go for immediate window. So let me zoom out. Your immediate window may be small like this one, may be larger. You can resize the immediate window. Inside immediate window, let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in. Okay. You will see something like this one. If I'm able to open the immediate window, please type number 6 in the chat. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good one. Inside immediate window, we are able to test the code one by one. Sometimes we do not want to show the things on the screen, but I want to show the result behind the scene. If I want to see the result, show the result behind the scene, we use question mark. Question marks means print or to do the processing and output the result. Example, I want to ask Excel or VB to do some calculation. Question mark 1 plus 1. What is the result? 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Yes. I press enter. You can see the result is 2. Okay. And I put 1 plus 10 and press enter. Whenever we press enter, it's not necessary at the very end. It could be at the very beginning, as long as you press enter on that line. Now, and my cursor is just in between the line. Press enter. It shows the result. And all the immediate result here is only temporary. Here, the immediate here is only temporary. It will not be saved. Won't be saved, yeah? Won't be saved. So that means if you are doing some testing, you feel the things is okay, it could be usable for the previous one or some other things, remember, copy and paste somewhere else. Otherwise, if you close the whole thing, everything inside immediate window will be gone for good. It will not be saved. It's only temporary for testing. Inside here, let's go back. And I realized, okay, this is done. If I don't need this particular thing, just remove. It's okay. If you want to do something, maybe just one, instead of plus, you can just divide. Press enter, you will give the result. So whatever things you are doing testing, you can do it inside here. If I don't want anything, I can just press Ctrl A. Everything is highlighted. You can press delete. It's gone for good. Okay, there's no undo inside here. It's only temporary. It's only temporary. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 7 in the chat. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good job. So now I want to, just now we use message box, right? Let's do message box inside immediate window. MSGBOX, put a space, double quote, hello, double quote. That's all. And then press enter. Instead of showing the result on the screen, on this output, it will show the result on the screen. You can see hello. So this is also possible to use immediate window to do such testing. Then press OK. If I want to change the message, instead of hello, I say change the wording, boss roti satu. Also can okay, boss roti satu, and press enter. As you can see the message, boss roti satu. Okay, if you're hungry, okay, now it's time for your lunch. Okay, and press OK. So this is how we're able to do some testing. Some people will be thinking, hey, Tai, just now I see there's a lot of button there, a lot of so-called information and different icon, right? We can do the testing if you want to. So let's do some testing just now. The VB information, comma, VBI. VB information selected, not pressing enter, but pressing tab key. Tab key allows you to confirm a selection. Enter is to run the command on that particular line. Then press enter. You can see boss roti satu is a blue icon. Okay, small changes, small changes. Type number 8 if you're able to follow up to this one. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good job. So there are a lot more things we can test inside the message box. Now it's suffice to say we are able to do this one. So let's remove everything inside immediate window. I can press Ctrl A, it selects everything, and press delete. It's gone. The next thing is I want to show the time now. Show the time now. In Excel, it has a function called now. But inside here, we have a similar command called now as well. We type question mark now. Enter. It will show the date and the time now. This is how we get the date and time as per your computer date and time. Question mark now. Then how about I want to get the date only? Get the date. In Excel, it's called today. In macro, it's called date. Question mark date. Press enter. You will showing the date only. How about only the time? Only the time. Question mark time. Yep. So let me type it on the screen. Yeah. You want to get date and time is using now is date plus time. If you want to get today's date, means today's date is using date. If you want to get the time now, is using time now. So these are the command or the so-called the whole thing inside VB. Okay. The question mark. Yes, very good question. The question mark is not equal sign inside Excel equivalent. Question mark here, it means print. Print means I want to, what happened to my N key? Print means I want to output the result here. Principle, I want to output the result, not on the screen, not towards Excel file, but I want to show it inside here. So equivalent to question mark. Very good. Lucas asked question. I believe Lucas is quite good with Excel formula. Lucas is asking how to change the format of date and time. There are two ways. One, changing your computer date and time format. That's first method. Second method, you can use some formatting inside here. In Excel, the function we use is called text, T-E-X-T. But inside here, the comma is called format. Example, I want to change the date to the DDMMYY. Example. So I put format, open parenthesis, date, comma, double quote. The code, the so-called the format is exactly the same like Excel. DD/MM/YY. I only need 2 digits for now, just for testing. Double quote, close parenthesis, enter. So this is how we are able to change the format to a specific one. The comma is called format. Okay, hope this one address your question, Lucas. Okay, the time are the function built-in. Yes, the date and the so-called the time and date is a built-in function inside VB. Yeah, you're right, Erin. Okay, good one. Can the month using Jan and Ben? Can. Just triple M lo. Triple M. If I need a full spelling, can. For M. For M will be May is no difference. Still May is the same thing. Okay. Some people say, I want to know is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Can. Can. Okay. Triple D. Okay. Triple D. Enter. No. Wednesday. No. I put a comma in between them. So it will output as a comma and space. If some people they just want to put a dash, like this one, also can. Press enter. You can see it become dash. If I want to have full spelling, can. Can. 4D. Not the 4D you're thinking of. Okay, this is for alphabet D. Enter. Wednesday. Okay. It's exactly the same thing like Excel. If I say I want to have 4 digits for the year, can. Can. For Y lah. Enter. Okay. June. Cantik. Shocked. Happy. No response one. Hey, give some response lah. So this is how we are able to do this one. Okay. So let's go back here. Just now I mentioned I want to show the time as per the date, the time now. I want to show it in the A1. Before I continue, I want to format. Maybe I just don't need format lah, just question mark time. I just want to do 24 hours. Normal format I don't need format. You want format I'm just curious. You want or don't want? Now you all can ask one or the one. No format. This one format okay or special format? Good. Okay. Can. Jalan. I want to show the result. Go to A1. To go to the A1, I want to use a command. In Excel, we call the single box as cell. In Excel, whenever we have more than one, we call them as range. What happened to my alphabet? The N. Range. So therefore, inside VB, it calls everything as range. Whether it's a single cell or multiple, it also call them as range. That is the command. For example, I want to output the result or show something to go to A1. Okay, the command it will be range, open parenthesis, double quote A1, double quote, close parenthesis. This one is referring to the cell A1 and equal 100. Whenever I press enter, the 100 will appear in A1. Even though I click outside, it will still go to A1. Let's double check. Let me zoom in a little bit. A1. Now A1 is blank. Whenever I run this particular command, it will show 100 go to A1. Let's do this. I press enter. See A1 appear. If I want to show something else, maybe I want to show 999. Enter. 999 appears over there. Can you guess If I want to show the time in A1, what should I change the 999 to? Can you guess? Type in the chat. What should I change it to? Very close. Very close. I want the time, not the date. Time. Okay, very good. Very, very close. The question mark is not necessary. The question mark, because I want to tell VB, hey, show the result here. So now I only need the time. The question mark I can just ignore. So therefore, I can just change this particular 999 to the wording time. Itu sahaja. Okay. So I change this one to time and press enter. You can see, hey, how come this one? Why? Suddenly, don't know what happened. Panic. The hashtag. Takut. How? Panic now. Now it's a live session. Don't know what happened. Yeah. No, chill. Okay. Because of the column width. Make the thing wider. Okay. Time. So it just show the time inside here. Okay. So because I only want the time, I don't need the date. So if you want to change it to now, it's okay. So that is the whole intention and all the testing we have done inside here. All the things we have done inside here. Okay. So the line of the code we need to have is here, Control C, go up here, go to the workbook before close. Workbook before close, and you type this particular line inside here. And then because we want to save the file, I want to type the command here, this workbook.save. So it will change the cell A1. After that, you will immediately save it. Okay, so this is what we have. We are going to add inside here before close. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit. Let's see. Okay. If you're able to follow, let me zoom in a little bit. If you're able to follow up to this one, please type number 9 in the chat. Type number 0 if you need me to repeat. If you want to save date and the time, just change this one to now. Change it to now, N-O-W. Because now has date and time together. Okay, so I just put the time. Okay, now it's done. And presume I haven't saved my file. My file haven't saved one. Just to make sure I didn't save my file. I just do something here. I didn't save my file. And this particular thing is called before close. It will automatically save for us here. And you update the cell A1 up to today's time. So let me close the file. Close the file. You see, it didn't ask for us to save. Normally, it will ask us to save. Now, it somehow automatically saved for us. Let me open the file again. The time now is 3:54 p.m. Let me open. It should be around that timing. 3:54. Let's open. Chang, moment of truth. Welcome to this file. Yes, 3:54. That is correct. So with this kind of so-called the macro, if I do something here, like this one, I just do something, I just remove this one. I have done something, but I didn't save the file. At the very moment I close the file, it will automatically update the cell A1 and it will save the file for us without asking us whether or not we want to save. Okay, so I close the file, I change something, I close the file. You see, it didn't ask us to save. It just saved for us. So this is the way you can do something if you want the file auto save for you. Okay, so let me open the file again. Let's double check. The time should be 3:55 p.m. around that timing. Let's open the file and let's check. Yeah, P3:55. And this is to open the workbook. And welcome to this file. And this was the last time I closed and it auto-save for us. If you are able to get this whole thing done and type yay in the chat. I also done. Yes, I also type yay in the chat. Okay. Good job, good job. Okay, so now I just want to double check. For you, no right, no wrong, up to just now, how's the difficulties for you? 1 being very easy, kacang putih. 5 will be very difficult, like rocket science. 3 is somewhere in between. How's the difficulties for you up to just now? Type in the chat. 1 will be very easy for you. Number 5 is very difficult for you. No right, no wrong. Type in the chat. Okay, I'm very happy many of you are able to follow. Whoosh. Okay, good one. So now this one is to show you, just now we can use macro to do recording. Just now we had to learn how we're able to do some testing with the code, and we are able to use some event. That means whenever we open the file, before we close the file, we want to do something behind the scene. Okay, so these 2 things we have shown. Some people say, Tai, I want to create something different. Different, like when people see wow, very chunky one. Okay, this is something called user form. We can create our own so-called data entry using user form. User form, it could be very chunky. Chunky means it could be very advanced and rather complicated. It could be very simple as well. Let's go for something simpler. Let's go back to Excel now. We are reusing the same Excel file and go back to Visual Basic. The keyboard shortcut is alternate F11. I just maximize the whole thing. And just to make sure you have Project Explorer open. Type number 1 if you are ready up to this one. Type number 1 if you are ready. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Very good. Inside here, I want to create something called user form. User form, it means we are able to create another user data entry for the user to pick and choose. So now I want to create a user form just inside the project or inside the so-called file, right-click any of them, and then you can choose that something called insert, and one of them is called user form. Insert user form. Whenever you do this, you will see that a user form appears like this one. Type number 2 if you are able to see this. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, very good. So whenever we are having a user form, I want to create something. Just now, we just having a pop-up message. It just show welcome to this file. That's it. Now I want to have something different with a different message, with a bit different kind of way of showing things. Inside the user form, do you see something called toolbox here? Toolbox in your window. It could be somewhere hidden, it could be somewhere. If you do not see this, example, you did not see this, you can go up here, right click. There's something called user form. And not user form. Okay, not here. Let me this one. Okay. Where is my code? Inside here. Okay, where's my code? Let me close this one. I think disappear. Here. Toolbox. Yes. If you do not see this one, If you do not see this one toolbox, right? Go up here. That is on the far right side. It's called toolbox. Click and you are able to see this one. Just in case you close this one, you can turn this on back. Because I'm using dual monitor, so it will fly to a different monitor. So it just needs to drag it back. Okay. If you're able to see the toolbox here, type number 3. If you want me to repeat, type number 0. Okay, good job. Inside here, whenever we are designing the user form, there are various so-called elements. Inside here is called controls. Control means the user can do certain things within the certain element or certain control. For example, here, this is called label. Can you see alphabet A is label? Click on this one, draw it on the box here. Draw it on the box here. This is the place you can show the message if you want to. So let's do something here. Let's do something. What's the message you want to show? I also don't know. After that, you click again, then you're able to change the message. Hello there. Welcome to this awesome macro file. A macro file created by a super talented person. That is me lah. Okay, just for testing. You can key some message there. Key some message. Just key some message. And whenever you have done, key type number 4 in the chat, type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay. Okay, good one. Some people say, Thai, this one's so small, cannot see, then how? Okay, wait a little bit. We can change a lot of things inside a place called properties. Now I need you all to help me. How can I see the properties here? What is a shortcut key? Inside view, what is the shortcut key to see properties window? Can you type in the chat? Let me know. Yes, thank you, thank you. It's F4. Very good. Now you can press F4. F4, you can see properties appears here. Inside properties, if sometimes the text is too small, you want to make it larger, you want to change the color, you want to change the font, everything is inside here. Okay, let me zoom in. There's a place called font. Font. Whenever you click on the font, it has a triple dots on the side. Click on the triple dot. Then it will bring you to a place you can change the font, change the style, as well as changing the size. Okay, I want to change the size to make it larger lah. Okay, like this one, 24. And then you press OK. Too big, cannot. Okay, go back again, change. Okay, so it's quite fun to change something. I press OK. Too big, also cannot. Go back and change. So this is how you are able to adjust in between. Okay, almost there. Okay, so I'm using 12, the font. So this is how you're able to adjust the font. If you're able to follow by adjusting the font and type number 5 in the chat. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, good one. After we had done this one, and sometimes the font is a bit small. I want to make it a little bigger. Can I? Can. Just click on the font, the form, not font, on the form, and you can see all the dots surrounding it. Just use your mouse to go towards the edge. You can drag to make it larger, make it smaller, make it taller, make it wider. You can do all these things here. Okay, just change it, just resize it in the way that you feel is much more presentable. Okay, I just adjust this one a little bit. Okay, can adjust. So this is to adjusting the size. Okay. So I just have adjusted the size. Now I want to add something extra. I want to add the button. Instead of saying, okay, I want to show something different. I want to show two different buttons. Two different buttons, it will show a different way of working. Normally, the button we see in Excel or in Windows or some other program will be okay, cancel, ignore, retry, and so on. All these are the standard buttons. If I want to have my own button, we need to create our own. By the way, this user form is only available in Windows. Mac, sorry, don't have. Mac don't have. Okay, just now I forgotten to inform this one. Mac don't have all these things. Mac can run, but Mac cannot design the form. Mac can run the user form, but this cannot design. What we are doing now is called designing the user form. Okay, let's go back here. I want to create a button. You can see one of them is called command button. Just right below A, command button. Just click on the command button and drag. Okay, currently it says command 1. I want to say click again. Whenever you click inside, you can change the text. I say, yeah. Okay, just put yeah. Okay. Type number 6, if you have added the button with the wording yeah. Type number 0, if you want me to repeat. The rest okay. I only see 4 people responded. The rest okay to add the button. Let me know if you want me to repeat just by typing 0 in the chat. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, I see more people that are typing. Do you need a bit more time? If you need a bit more time, just type Y. Yes. How to put the text in the middle? Oh, okay. After I add a button, okay, there are 2 ways to change the text. Thank you for asking the question. I can click again inside. This is to change the text. So this first method lah. Second method, we can change the text by go to properties windows. Inside properties windows, there's something called caption. Caption. You can change the wording caption here. Okay, you can change it here. Okay. Either you can click again and you can change it inside, or you can go to property windows caption. Either way, it works. So okay, this one I don't need. I only need a yeah button. Okay. Type number 6, if I'm able to follow. Type number 0, if you want me to repeat. Type caption and enter. After you type, then press enter. That's all. We're only changing the caption. Okay. Okay, I'm going to continue. After I've done this one, before I really add on more stuff, I want to make the font a little bit larger because the button is quite big. To change the font a bit larger, I can go to font, click on the wording font, and there's triple dot on the side. Click on the triple dot. Here, I can change the font to make it larger. Okay, not big enough. I want to make the font even larger. Okay, even bigger also can. If let's say you want to change the color, there's something called font color. That means the front color. Okay, you can change the color if you want to. Okay, I can use, maybe I want to use blue just for testing, just for testing. Okay, you can change the color, the font, a lot of things you can control inside here. So I have the yeah button here, yeah button. And as a something, there's a yeah. And before I really continue, I want to give a meaningful name. Currently, everything uses a default name. And this is a little bit programming, and you just need to aware such thing exists. So what I'm going to show you later on is called coding convention. What happened to my N key? Convention. Something wrong with my keyboard. Convention. That means there's a certain standard of the coding. For example, for the button, the prefix, that means the starting first few alphabet is called CMD. The user form, the starting first three alphabet is called FRM. It's called form. This one is called label. The starting three alphabet is LBL. It's called label. So next time, whenever you go online and do some search, you will see this kind of acronym. It's just referring to a different part of the form. Okay, so let's change the name one by one. First one, I want to change the form name. Let's click on the form. Click this one, user form. And inside the property windows, you can see there's name called user form 1. User form 1. Click on the name, the one with the bracket name. You can straight away type FRM main. I call this as a main form lah. Main, and press enter. Okay, FRM main. And the caption is not meaningful. It's called user form 1. It's not meaningful. It's not presentable as well. I want to call this one as welcome. Like this one, I put welcome to this file. Enter. You can change the name later on. Whenever I change the caption, let me show you. The title will change as well. The title will change. Type number 6, if you are able to follow, after changing the name, also the changing the caption. Type number 6, if you are able to follow. Okay, good one. After I done this one, you will notice sometimes the form will automatically make it smaller. This is only happen, I think, in Windows 10. This thing happened also Windows 11, also same something similar. It just this thing happened. Okay, never mind. After I done this one, click on the label. Now click on the label. I want to give a name for the label. Just go towards the name properties. The prefix is LBL. I call message. LBL message. That means a label message. Enter. Message, enter. Type number 7 if you're able to follow. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Okay, very good. The last one is the button. Click on the button, and I want to go for the name. Instead of called command button 1, I want to use CMD. Yay! Okay, enter. And whenever you have done this one, type number 8 in the chat. Okay, very good, very good. So we have up to this one, and I want to do something here. Whenever the user click yeah, I want to close this form. I want to close this form. So now you double click on the button yeah. Double click on the button yeah, just double click. And inside here, you will see something like this one. Okay, and press tab key, and you just type unload space me. Unload means I want to close this form. Whenever the user click, I will just close this form. Okay. I move away, you will notice the whole thing changes to a different case. Unload space me. Type number 9 if you are able to follow. Type number 0 if you want me to repeat. Good one. Now I have the form. Okay, now I want to test run on this form. I want to test run on this form. So let's go to here. Just to make sure you click inside the form, and then you go to the top. There's something like a play button, or you can go to run. There's something called run. Or the keyboard shortcut, it will be F5. Okay, now I want to run the form. Just press F5 or the play button over here. You will see the form looks something like this. With the message, everything. Whenever you click yeah, it will close itself. If you are able to follow up to this one, please type yay in the chat. Type number 0 if you need some help. Good. We have done the form, and the later part of it, I want to show the form whenever the user opens the file, rather than just a message box. Let's go back to the code called this workbook. Double click on it. Double click. Inside here, you have 2 options. One is called before close, or 2 events. One is called before close, and another one is called open. We want to change the code inside open. Just comment the message box to comment just a single code of it, just single code. Okay, whenever you move away, you will notice the whole line turn to green. Green means comment, green means Excel or VB. Just ignore those lines. Green it means comment, or you just ignore. So now I'm going to show the form. I'm going to type frm main dot, okay, main, where is my alphabet n, dot show, and press tab key. So this is how we are able to show the comment. What do you mean by shortcut? Yeah, just type single quote law. It doesn't have a shortcut to have one block of the comment. It doesn't have the shortcut, but it has a button on inside the menu. Okay, for the comment. So let's go here. Remember, it's inside workbook open, inside workbook open, then frm main dot show. Whenever you type the name correctly, whenever you press dot, it will give you a list. If there's a typo in between, just example, I ignore the I in between them. If I press up dot, it doesn't give me the list. Whenever it doesn't give me the list, that means typo law. It is not able to find the name. So I main n alphabet n dot show. Press tab key. Okay. So this is done. So let's us close the file. And before continue, just to make sure everything we type inside here is okay. So that means grammatically is correct. In the VB term, it's called syntax correct. It has correct syntax. Syntax means grammar in the language term. Grammar. Okay, syntax means grammar. So everything is correct. So in order to double check on the grammar or syntax, we can use this method. Just go to debug, something called compile VBA project. Let's click on that one. Whenever it has no error, that means all the code, everything is good, okay, no grammar error. Okay, so now I can close the file, close VBA, and close the file. Because this one will automatically save for us. We do not require to save. Just close it, and it will save for us and will update the date. Okay, so now this is done. So we're about to open the file. The expected result, I will see the message, welcome to this workbook, and with the long message and with the yeah button in the middle. Let's see. Double click and opening the file, ching, moment of truth. Okay, because I have two screens, it runs to a different screen. It shows this one. Hello there, welcome to this awesome macro file created by a super talented person. That's me lah. Then you see the yeah, click on the yeah, the button, the form will disappear. You are able to use the Excel file. Okay, if I'm able to follow up to this one, type okay in the chat. If I okay to follow up to this one, type okay in the chat. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Kilim, Jess. Thank you. Good one. Hey. Okay, good job. After we spend some time, we created the macro, and sometimes we don't want to have someone go and itchy hand or itchy fingers and go and catch up our code. We want to protect our code. Okay. By the way, all these things is extra because of your CJ asking something extra. This one I just just add on. I want to go back to Visual Basic. Now, if let's say I send this file to anyone, they can see the code. They can see everything inside here. They can go and mingle with the code. I don't want to have this thing from happening because we spend some time to create this one. I want to have certain control. In order to have certain control, let's do this together. Go to the project, right click, you will see something called VBA project properties. The wording properties means characteristic or some other information. Okay, click on VBA project properties. Inside here, you will see there's something called protection. We can lock the project from viewing and set the password here. Maybe the password is Cant ABC, confirm password ABC. So next time, when the person about to open the file to view the code, they need to enter the password ABC in order to open it. So let me press OK. It looks nothing changes. I still can see the code until we close and reopen. Let me close this file, close this because it's auto save. It doesn't prompt us to save the file. And double click to open the file. Double click to open the file. You can see the macro. It works the same thing. It will show the welcome message with the yeah button inside, like this one. Let's just click yeah. If I want to view the code, I go to alternate F11, and you will see the thing doesn't expand. Say my name. Whenever I click on the plus sign, I attempt to view what is inside the code. It will ask you for the password. Forgotten the password, cannot open now. Since we know the password is called ABC, I just type the password and press enter. Then I can see the code inside. So this is a simple way to protect our macro, just to prevent our own mistakes or someone else's mistake from changing the automation. Okay, if you're able to do up to this one, please type number 1 in the chat. Okay, good one. Just want to double check. how's the difficulties for you up to just now? 1 being a very simple for you, 5 being very difficult. Just follow step by step. How's the difficulty up for you up to just now? You can type in the chat, no right, no wrong.
Mr. Tai, I have a question.
Yes, Lucas.
You see under our this VBA project, we have the Microsoft Excel object, then we have form folder and module folder. Then just now you teach us a few coding, and so I just wonder which coding is actually belong to module or to belong to the Excel object. So how to deal about this? You see, is it a category of coding? Like let's say whatever we do at this worksheet, if we do at the module 1, is it will happen or not? Something like that. My question.
Okay, let me attempt to answer your question. Yeah. Let me go back to the file. Okay, see whether I understand your question correctly. You can see there are so many, something called modules, form, and Excel object. And you have no idea why they are in such category, correct?
Yeah, say maybe you just click this module, there will be this coding come out, right?
Yes.
If you write this coding at this workbook, will it happen also?
Okay, good question.
Yeah.
Good question. Okay, let me answer. It's a little bit technical. Let me find a way to answer this one a little bit easier. Okay, like how many of you are staying in a house, either rented or your own or someone else? You stay in a house, right? Okay. What a stupid question. Okay. Okay, coming back. Okay. This whole thing is just like individual houses. Different houses, they have smaller room. For example, module is one house or condo if you prefer. And inside the house or condo, one of the unit is called say my name. It could be have more than one unit or more than one houses. So inside here, they may be talking to each other. They may not be talking to each other, also possible. So this is called module. Whenever inside the module, it is able to reuse by other here. They can reuse everything they can reuse. Whenever you say reuse, that means they can call them. Hey, I want to do something. So that means the module is able to refer by all. So that is called reusable. Reusable, it means it is able to do something, but instead of confining with individual one, it is able to serve all. In the large corporate, it's something like shared service. For example, large corporates, they have many subsidiaries. Rather than have individual subsidiaries, they have their own HR, their own finance, their own account and whatnot. They combine all the effort to become one. So everyone is shared. So this is something reusable. So okay, for modules, a little bit, understand a bit. And meanwhile, form, of course, the user form, whatever thing we can see on the screen, the button, the label, everything is used inside the form. The form only able to call this one. Other people, they want to call form is not direct, it's in a different way of working. Okay, it's only can call out. Meanwhile, workbook, it has a specific event. It's not mentioned about event. Anything we do inside a file is confined within event. For example, open the file, before save, before close, before insert a new worksheet, and so on. All these are events. And all these things is at the file level. File level is it covers all the worksheet. It covers all the worksheet. Okay. Up to now, okay. Yeah, okay. The next one is worksheet. Worksheet is the one of the sheet or one of the tab inside the file. if let's say I have the code or the so-called automation inside here, it's within the unit. Other people cannot catch up. Other people cannot call them. It's within, it's very private, it's very exclusive, only within them. And the worksheet also have a different event as well, comparing to workbook. Let us go back to here. If I double click on the sheet 1, double click. Currently it says nothing but general. Click on the general, it's something called worksheet. If I click on the worksheet, and here there's many events. Before delete, calculate, change, update, and all these things. All these events are totally different than the workbook event. So therefore, if I do some changes here, it's only confined with this worksheet. Other worksheet will not have the same thing. So therefore, we can control the behavior worksheet by worksheet, file by file, and the overall. So it has a different level. So let me draw on the screen. Let me draw on the screen a little bit different so that you can see some different. This is the overall file. What do we call file in Excel? Workbook or worksheet? Yes, workbook. Inside workbook, how many tab or how many worksheets can we have? Minimum 1. Maximum infinity. Infinity, it can be go a lot depending on your computer memory. So here, there's a worksheet. Inside here, there's many cell arranged and so on, but sometimes they may be reusing certain things, certain common things. Maybe I want to open the file, do some pop-up and so on. The common things they want to do is they can put it inside module. Whenever they put inside module, the worksheet can call the module. The workbook can call the module. Whenever I say call, means they are able to trigger the action or trigger the automation. Example, the message box, save the file, or do some validation. They can do inside the module. Okay. Workbook, worksheet, they cannot call each other directly. It's not straight away. It needs to have some work to make it work. So okay lah. It's okay not able to follow because it's a bit complex. In short, they are independent and somehow interconnected components. Okay, hope this address your question. I'm not sure whether I address your question.
Yes. Because I feel that we need to understand the relationship between all this in order for us to benefit the macro later. Otherwise, we will get lost with it. Yeah.
Today is only half an hour. Just to let you know, one of your CJ, I think we went through about 3 months of learning. Yeah. So a lot of things are. Okay, can I take it as module as a function? Yes and no. We can have a multiple similar function kept inside the module. For example, maybe I'm just curious, Erin, what's your function? What's your role in your work? If you're okay to turn on your mic, that'll be much more faster for us to Q&A. I want to use something relevant example to you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's very soft, your voice.
Hold on, let me change my.
Okay, right. What's your role?
What do you mean by what's my role?
What's your job? What do you need to do in your work? Just curious.
I'm a student with some with some coding background. So I'm just like trying to match whether it's same as my knowledge about like coding.
Okay. What language you use?
Python.
Okay, very good. Python also has a module as well. And
okay.
Python also have library.
Okay, so that's library, is it?
Module, it could be we can build our own library. Python has a lot of predefined library. We can just load it in.
Yeah.
Something similar.
Okay, thank you.
Good.
Yeah,
good one.
thank you.
Thank you, Erin. And the next one, is this macro same as the one when we use Control F1 and we have a new sheet? What do you mean Control F1? Control F1. Not quite sure. Let me see the file. Control F1. Control F1.
Control F11.
or Control F11. Okay, very good. Control F11, that is a legacy of macro. I have not tested. When I press Control F11, you see that macro. It's a legacy macro. Those days, the macro is designed in such a way, is written in this way. As some limitation, and because of that, some people, they use this one to create some interesting stuff. Interesting is means not so beneficial kind of stuff lah. It's different. This one macro is from version 4, Excel version 4, if I remember correctly, it's version 4. After that, they changed everything to VBA. Version 5 onwards. I think version 5 or version 6. Hope this one address your question. It's a bit different. This one legacy one. Okay. So let's see the next question. Okay. Got full course to learn VBA. Wow. Okay, not sure how to answer. Depending on what you want. Just to confuse you all a little bit. Okay. Confuse you all a bit. Because the VBA, all these things, it could be quite interesting, depending on how you want it to be. If you just want to learn about automation, there are certain ways we can use newer version of Excel to automate certain part of it. And inside here, if I just right click here, insert. What we have covered up to just now, we only cover a little bit about user form, not so much about modules, and we totally skip about class module. Whenever we're using a class module, usually it's for reusable. Currently, nowadays people rarely use this one. It's a bit technical. So using this tool, it will give you a good chance to automate your task. And whenever you are doing something like this one, you can pass on this work to someone else a bit easier. I'm just curious, how many of you use pivot table? If you use pivot table, you type 1 in the chat. Type 1. If you have no idea about pivot table, you type 0. Okay. Thank you, Hayati. Thank you, Joy. Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, Erin. Pivot table, it needs to refresh the data whenever it needs to refresh itself whenever we have new data come in. Sometimes we need to manual copy and paste or do something about it. And until the moment they need to have refresh. If I know about macro, I can ask macro to do copy and paste of the data and refresh at the same time. So it's something doable. There are a lot of various situations. Maybe I show some example. I think that'll be much more relevant. Let's wait for a while. Where is my example? Let me show some example. Okay. Let's do this. Macro is quite interesting when you combine with other stuff. By the way, how many of you are coming on this Saturday learning? And type me if you're coming, type 0 if you're not coming. I'm just curious. Okay, thank you, Wendy. Thank you, Melissa. How about the rest? Okay, thank you, Eileen, Hayati. Okay, where to sign up? Everything is inside the Telegram group, or you can go to National Training Week. I think you're still able to sign up. Okay, so let me show you something different. I have a dashboard like this one, sales dashboard. I have data, Q1, Q2, Q3. I have a report. If I want to use macro, this will be a little bit tedious because I need to manual copy and paste the data from where? From this folder. Currently, I have Q1. I need to somehow manual copy and paste to get the data and then need to refresh it. I just go to data and refresh. It will take a while. If I say I want to use macro, it's okay. If you're using Excel 2016 and above, you can have something called Power Query. Power Query allows you to bring the data together, and subsequently you can use macro to complement certain tasks that Power Query is not able to do. So now I have Q1. If let's say I want to add the new data for Q2, I can just drag the Q2 towards the folder, and all these things, no macro at all. No macro at all. I can go to view, macro, nothing inside. In this file, nothing inside. So therefore, I just added a new file. I just go to data, and refresh all. And you can just wait for a while, the new data coming in. In boss want to say, I want to see Malacca, how's performance? Click. Malacca done. Boss want to see Kelantan, can. Boss want to see KL, click. And boss want to see Selangor and Putrajaya, also can. Click these two. There's a lot of things can be done using Power Query. And if you want to combine with the macro, it's much more interesting. Okay, so this is something for you to consider. If I want to use the typical macro, it will be not so easy because now with a lot more advanced tools available, you can use that one to complement macro. Okay, so back to the question, which one you want to learn the full course about this one? I'm not sure whether I want to run another one, depending on your request lah. Okay, it's quite fun. If let's say you have certain scenario, you can use this one. It's very, very fun. Okay. You can ask in the Telegram group. Okay. What else? One more thing about the macro. Some people say, Tai, I'm not quite pro in Excel yet. Can I use macro? My personal suggestion, no. With all due respect, if I use Excel, because macro is a lot of time is just mimicking or following our step. If I use Excel, only copy and paste. Whenever we do recording, we only need to copy and paste. If I use Excel a little bit different way, then we can use macro to do much more better than how we use it. If you are still finding your footing on using Excel, I will recommend you focusing on Excel first. After you know Excel quite in depth, you are almost hitting the ceiling, then macro is another option for you to consider. Okay, Excel is a good start. Once you're hitting the ceiling, the macro is natural progression. And maybe you go to macro, before you go to macro, you want to learn up Power Query. Whenever you learn in Excel and in Power Query, also almost hitting the ceiling, macro is the next one. Okay, let me draw something on the screen, unless you can see what is the relationship. Okay, let's do this. Okay, and I want to, let's do this. I learned about Excel. Inside Excel, there's a lot more things inside. Excel, example, inside Excel, I can learn about formula. I can learn about the so-called the table, filter. Even though the filter, there's something called advanced filter as well. Advanced filter, sorting, shortcut key, like many of you has learned in the morning, and many, many more. A lot more things. After you learn about this one, if you are handling with the data and you want to learn about this thing called Power Query. Okay, Power Query. In the newer version of Excel, it says this one is called get and transform. Inside here, it has many things inside here. Various kind of situation. This Saturday, I will cover a little bit. At least you're comfortable to start with. Whenever these two, you already say, Max, I have no idea what kind of things or you're quite comfortable using these two. The next one definitely will make you fly even higher. It's a macro. Because macro can complement certain things, these two things cannot do. One of them is split file. Another thing is, example, what else? You want to delete file, maybe you want to create folder, or you want to generate individual PDF file, all these things, something to do with the file, something to do with the folder, all these two things, Excel, Power Query cannot. Macro is able to help you. And of course, if you're using the Mac version and the Windows version, it has slightly difference in terms of behavior, because the Mac version, the security control is very different than Windows version. Okay, hope this one gives you some idea. Okay, let me stop. Let me go back and see any question. Okay. How do you hit the ceiling on Excel? Okay, good question. How do you know? Simple thing. At least you know how to use advanced filter. Okay, let me type it. Advanced filter. Let me show the Excel screen. That'll be easier. See, where's my Excel? In Excel, there's something called data. Okay, how do you know? Good question. At least you know how to use this function. You know how to use VLOOKUP. You know how to use if and or not. What else? And what else you will need to do? Pivot table, charts, and this is quite something well cut. At least you know all these things quite well. You are quite comfortable with this, and the natural progression is go to macro. Because the if and or not many people they are quite comfortable with this. This one is need to do some logical thinking. Yeah, it's quite fun to do. And wildcard, not many people know how to use this as well, and not many people are aware. It's quite fun. Hope this one gives you some idea. Whenever you are quite comfortable with all these things, and the macro is, you can pick up the macro very, very fast. And if you have some programming background, it's even faster. And just to share with you something extra, this is what I foresee. And this is my personal bias opinion, macro, it may appear a bit difficult to start. Once you get the flow, the logical thinking, it'll be much more easier for you to make more money. Really. There are more and more companies, they want to automate certain tasks, because a lot of tools out there is either they need extra license, or they need to extra training, or they need extra software. All these things, not many companies are comfortable with, because whenever there's new software coming, they need to do some testing. Excel, they'll be quite comfortable. They use for many, many years. So they are quite comfortable with that. If you are able to learn that kind of skill, you are able to do more with macro. Yeah, there's some money there. Okay. If you want to know more, come to me. And how to train logical thinking. Very good. There are a lot of games online that are able to help you to think logical thinking. For example, how you're able to swap the things without moving, just moving one piece of the time. What was the name? What tower? I can't remember the tower. There are 3 towers. You only need to move one piece at a time, and the smaller piece must be above the bigger piece. Can't remember what tower. I can't remember. I also have that game. Yum Yum Tower. Very good. That one will help you to think logical thinking. Another logical thinking example, playing games, chess, like reversal, the black and white, the reverse. That one is also help you to think logical thinking. Yeah, quite nice. What else? There's a lot of games online. You can go and test it out. Okay. Any other question? Okay. Hope this one give you some idea. And some people will be attending the training. For this kind of training, they are aiming to get cert. I want cert. How many of you want cert? Type me. If you're okay without cert, type 0. Okay. You want the cert, type me. And okay, good. Thank you. And how to show automate. Automate is only available in 365. If you are using 365, you have that. Okay. Thank you. Now is if you register in the National Training Week website, and later on, I will invite you to give feedback. Whenever you feedback, you use the same username as per what you have registered in the National Training Week. I will mark your attendance, and that one, it will send you the certificate. Okay. I'm so happy to spend a few hours with all of you. I hope this session is able to give you an idea how macro is able to help you in your work. And yeah, okay. And because this one will not be happen because of the initiative or the activity initiated by HRD Corp, National Training Week. I'm also thankful for the Malaysia Association of Professional Speakers. They grew individual to become a professional speaker at international stage. I also be thankful for the OneExcel company for sponsoring for this training. If you're using LinkedIn or YouTube, you can find me over here. Yes. Excel Sifu, you can search me over there. In the future, if you search for this kind of, you found this book, this one, it helps you to see the data very differently, especially on the data management and data organization. Like I said, okay. Some people will ask me, hey, Time, after the end, I learned so much, I have a tendency to forget. How many of you have that kind of tendency? After learn so much, after you close computer, almost forget everything one. If yes, yeah, thank you for honesty. I also sakit hati. Oh, no, okay. It's okay. Me also the same thing. So I will encourage you after the session, whenever possible, you share either online or in person. What have you learned from this sharing? With a screenshot or without the screenshot is perfectly okay. I would like to invite you to hashtag my NTW. Let me type in the chat, my NTW means my National Training Week, or you can type NTW 2023. So that is for hashtag for National Training Week. And you want to have, for me to find you, you just hashtag Excel Sifu. Okay, those are the hashtags. I'm able to help you. I'm quite active in LinkedIn. I post almost every day, and since 2 years ago, and also occasionally I active in Facebook lah, Insta. Rarely active, not many good photos to post. Okay, so with that, thank you everyone. Take care and get well and not get well. Okay, practice and share more. The more you share, the more you teach others, the better you learn. When I see you, I see you when I see you. When I see you, hopefully I can hear good stories, success stories from you, and how this kind of small sharing help you to see Excel and the data very, very differently. My best wishes to all of you. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. And bye.